We are at the tail end of week 4. This is dynamic effort upper, and so we're gonna go kind of for the same progression as last week. I'm gonna build up to 142 because we were a little low. We were at like a 0.82 average. I'd like to bring that up to like 0.85. Um, so if I can average that 0.85 or maybe even like 0.84 maybe, um, then we'll go up. I don't remember really struggling that much last week. I feel like the average is lower than what it felt like it was moving. But it is what it is. We're not feeling too much better this week. Today's been a long day already, and I am very tired, and I'm kind of hungry too. So, not expecting too much, but we'll kind of see how it goes. So 142 is what we're going to build up to. Remember, this bar by itself is 22 pounds. So the weight won't necessarily add up the same if you think it's a standard 45-pound bar. With that being said, we're going to go ahead and get into it. OVR is already up. Chains are on. It's an 8x3, 45-second rest in between sets. And let's fucking go. 22 will be fucking cake. I mean, this is basically a broomstick at this point. So this is going to fly, no problem. But hopefully the goal weight for today moves pretty well. We'll see. I am feeling tired, but I've had workouts before where I felt pretty bad. But the workout went way better than I could have expected. Get a few reps there. All right, 112 currently on the bar. A little bit slower of an eccentric, and then rocketing off the bottom. I feel like that probably does work better than trying to do a fast eccentric. At least given how I feel lately. I think maybe in the coming weeks I could probably speed up the eccentric a bit. But I mean, as it stands right now, like I kind of like the slow load on the eccentric and then launching that shit on the concentric. It definitely feels pretty good. So I'm probably just gonna maintain that. Um, Speed is great. I mean, we got 30 pounds to go, but we were at 0.97 for that. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw on the 30. So we're at 142, and we're just gonna roll the tape. 8 sets of 3. All right, 8x3. I got some chalk on just because the axle bar is pretty smooth, and we're already starting to sweat. So, 45 seconds rest in between. I'm just low key kind of procrastinating. Like I said, I'm really out of focus for today, so it's just like, ugh, it happens. Luckily, it is an upper body day and not a lower body day. If it was a lower body, I'd be fucking cooked. That's for sure. That's pretty slow, actually. That's pretty fucking slow. I don't know, maybe. I know I sped it up when I just said I would go slow, but like, I don't know if slow felt too slow, I guess. I don't know. I'll try and speed up. I think this happened last time. I think our first couple were super slow. speed it up a little bit. Oh, a little bit faster. A little bit faster. Definitely faster than the previous. We're up to 0.83 here. Oh. It's funny how the, seemingly nothing, 30 pounds is just that much of a difference, you know? Fuck. Oh. Oh. Okay. Okay, speed is staying up. That's good. I might pick my head up. So I know people have asked me in the past, like, it's only certain variations why I bench with my head up, like this. And on certain variations, it just feels better than keeping my head down. So obviously, if you're doing, competition bench, your head has to be in contact with the bench. So you can't really work your way around that. But I don't compete. Oh, excuse me. Sorry. Yawn tax. Slowed down again. Fuck. We're already halfway, too. That's not good. I think my average was 0.82, I think. I mean, yeah. It happens. It happens. Try not to dwell on it. If I had felt better for this workout, I probably would have been able to speed it up, but I mean, because I am trying. It's not for a lack of trying, that's for sure. Oh, that was slow. Yeah, fuck, man. This is a dog shit set for sure. Holy fuck. But this is also why whenever I have people that do dynamic effort, I always tell them, try not to get too hung up on your speed. Especially if you're like me, where like you're really good at grinding repetitions. Because if you're really good at grinding repetitions, you can train to be faster for sure. And I think you should. But naturally, you're just going to be really good at slow, grindy reps. That's what you're good at. So don't get too caught up when you're not fast. You're training to be fast. That's the whole point. Yeah, not bad. 2 more sets. 2 more. So yeah, don't try to get to a point where you're comparing your success on your dynamic effort. I mean, that's fucking pointless. Just like max effort, any given day is just how ready you are on any given day. You know, so shit happens, man. That's why, like, I really don't like competitions to begin with because anything could go wrong, and now your competition's ruined in terms of trying to peak. Right? That's why I like just training hard year round and just always going for a PR because some random ass days you're just strong as fuck. And that's what I like. Just being ready 24/7, 365. Yeah, I'm slowing down because I'm fucking washed. We got one more. I mean, I feel the fatigue already, dude. We're fucking screwed. Yeah, I feel the fatigue already. Ugh. One more, baby. One more. Good thing I put that chalk on. Holy shit, that was slow as fuck. God damn, dude. We were fucking slow as shit. Last week's average was 0.82. We're at 0.80. Fucking washed. Incline alternating press. 6 reps per arm. Previous record, I think, is 90 pounds. So depending on how this feels, we'll do like a jump to 80 and then probably straight to 95. See if we can do that. Not too bad. It was a little heavier than expected, but I think 95 is still doable. We'll see. All right, I know this is going to be heavy, but we're going to go for it anyway. 95 for 6. easy. It's going to be a military style. So pronated grip, palms away, just outside shoulder width. We're doing a 3RM. Previous record was like 105 for like 2.5. But again, that was with the previous technique. So now that we're dead stopping, I don't know, we'll see what we can do. Initial goal is like 70 pounds added. Also given just how I feel, but we'll see. As we do with everything, we'll see. First set's obviously just body weight. All right, strapping on a 45. Body weight didn't feel that bad, but it usually never does. So the real test of how this is going to go is with the 45. If the 45 feels pretty bad, it's going to be a pretty bad time overall. But, you know, I'm optimistic. Oh. Not too bad. Sweating a lot. The chalk on the outside of my hand just immediately comes off. Yeah, that's about it for me. All right, we're moving into seated rows. I got my steel handles here, and I was going to use the Angles 90, but at a certain position, it doesn't really allow you to rotate that much, whereas these do. And normally, the only reason I have these is because they fit on my lat saw perfectly, and I like the knurled grip, which is nice. I think in the end, it doesn't really matter one way or the other, like which handles I use. And I kind of do use them interchangeably. I guess it just depends on what I'm doing. And I don't really have a hard or fast rule for it either, which is kind of the funny part. I really don't. I just kind of use whichever one I want to. But we're going to use this for the low row. And basically, hopefully this is a better angle for you guys, because what I want you to be able to see is like, I'm purposely internally rotating when my arms are straight. And then as I pull back, I'm externally rotating and trying to pull the shoulder blades together as close as possible. The tough part, at least without a chest support, is differentiating between shoulder blade movement and spine movement, right? So like thoracic flexion or lumbar flexion versus scapular protraction. And I like to think I'm pretty good at it. Because I've been doing it a long time, so I feel like I can tell the difference by now. But even then, like at a certain point, a little bit of thoracic flexion kind of helps you get more protraction, at least in my experience. So I'm not afraid to do a little bit of both. But some people will entirely mistake thoracic flexion as scapular protraction, and it's not the same thing at all. So anyway, with all that being said, we're gonna do a top set of 20 reps. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's 140 pounds, which shouldn't be that bad. I don't think. I mean, I'm gonna go raw. I'm not gonna use straps or anything, so hopefully we can do all 20. I mean, I'm just jumping straight there. I'm fucking warm. I'm not gonna do a warm-up set. We're just gonna hop right in there and crank it out. But anyway, we're gonna go for 20. If I get my 20, sick. I'm then gonna rest for 60 seconds. And then at the end of that 60 seconds, I'm gonna try and get 10 more with the same weight. So no drop set, anything like that. If you're familiar with this intensifier, it's called a 50% set. So you just try and get 50% of your rest with a given weight. And the 1 minute rest period usually is enough because you're not doing a 50% set with something like squats or something like that. Normally it's machine or cable, maybe dumbbell based exercises are the best usages for it. But anyway, that's the deal. So 20 first, 60 seconds, and then we're going to try and get 10 more, all without grip assistance. We'll see how well we do. Yeah, and then we're just about done. We'll do face pulls after this, and then we'll fucking chill. So let's get after it. Ugh. Oh, sitting on this hard ground sucks because my ass cheeks are sore. Yeah, those Bulgarians kicked my ass. Ugh. The exercise, not the people. Ugh. Ugh. Oh God, I can't feel my arms. There, we got 60 seconds here. Perfect. Got my watch running. Oh God. Whew. All right. I turned around after I did that 50% set, and my camera was off. So you guys died on me. So I don't know how much y'all saw. So I won't know until I go to edit this footage. So I'm basically just gonna tell you what I did in case it cut off like way earlier, and then I'm not doing it again. I'm sorry. You guys will just have to deal with it. So we did low cable rows with what's on there right now, the 140, and we went for 20, no grips, and we got it. It was fucking heavy. I'm sure my range of motion started to shorten a little bit, but we got all 20, and then I rested for 60 seconds, and then I managed to get 10 more. I don't go to failure on either one of those because ideally you hit failure both times, which we got pretty fucking close. But regardless, hopefully you guys saw that. If not, it is what it is. We did what we set out to do. So we're gonna finish up real quick with face pulls, 4 sets of 15, so we're a little bit heavier for face pulls, which I don't do very often. But we're gonna do heavy sets of 15, and I use heavy relatively because I'm not going to failure on face pulls. It's just gonna be heavier than what I normally use for like 25 to 30 reps. Duh. So that's the deal with that, and then we're all done. So let's go. All right, we got 4 sets of 15, a 60-second rest in between. We're just in a split stance here, so not bracing ourselves against anything in particular. I might have to shorten up my grip just a little bit. So, and we are purposefully leaning back so I get a little bit more of a parallel angle. So even though the anchor point is high, I'm leaning back so I get a parallel angle. Otherwise, I would be as stacked as possible and then pull down this way to get like some scapular depression in there. just variation. One's not necessarily better than the other. It just is context dependent, like fucking everything. So just bear that in mind when you guys see me leaning back. I am doing it on purpose to get parallel here. Might have to split stance. That is 50 pounds on the stack for 15. Just trying not to lose my balance. That's why some of the reps are super slow. Oh, man. Whew. Nice. Hey man, that's it. I'm dead tired. I got work to finish up. Had a long weekend, so I'm out. I got nothing to say. I'll see you guys next time for max effort lower. And I believe we got squats on the menu. And you know how we feel about max effort squats. I'm ready. Hopefully. Let's go.